Hello, so we are looking at the daily question from Lead Code on 7th of July. So this is maximum number of events that can be attended. So in the question what we are given is we're given the start date and the end date for a sequence of events. And for each event, only one of these days will be occupied. So an event is described by a start day and end day. So the event starts on the start day and ends on the end day. So this is one thing. But I need to attend it on any one of these days from start day to end day. So if it is happening from say day 4 to 7, I can attend it either on day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. So I need to go for only one day. Now, in this case, I need to maximize the number of events that I can attend if I know what all events take place, what is the start and end day for each event, and I need to attend it for only one day. Now, this seems to be a similar problem to one of the other questions that we have seen earlier. That is, we are given the start time and the end time of meetings, for example, and we need to, uh, and they are all scheduled, say, in the same room. So we need to find out what is the maximum number of meetings uh, that can be scheduled in that room without conflicts, without any overlap. So as we know, solution to that is one greedy solution to that is we sort the meetings according to their end times, and then we start taking the meetings in the same order. We keep track of the last ended meeting, and we only uh, increment the count of the number of meetings that can be held if the current meeting start time is greater than the previous meeting end time. This is a very simple greedy solution. We sort it according to end time, and we process each meeting in that same order. Now, the difference in this question is that we need to attend the event for just one day in this interval. We don't need to be occupied for this entire time of the event. We only need to attend it only one day. So, for example, let us look at one of the test cases 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. So, we can attend the event 1 on first day, event 2 on second day, event 3 on third day, and still we have one day left. So which is the case in the next test case. We have another 1 2, that is there is one more event which takes place in the same time, so we can attend it on the second day. So this attending the 2 3 event that occurs on 2 to 3, it can be shifted to day 3. The attending the event 3 to 4 can be shifted to day 4. So this way I can attend all the 4 events in the example 2. So in this problem we can actually observe one relaxation in the constraint that the start day and end day is going to be at max 10 to the power of 5, and that is why we can take an approach that we can go day by day. This is not something that we could do in the other question where we had to deal with the intervals and the end time and the start time could be 10 to the power of 9. But with this question, we can actually go day by day. That is day 1, day 2, and so on till the maximum end time, end day. That is because we know that on any day we can attend at most one event. So using this idea, see we are on the day um, current day. We are maintaining this iterator that is current day. We can attend any event which has its start day less than equal to current day, and its end day is also you can say greater than equal to current day. We can attend any event that is in this range. So let us first start by sorting the array of events in the ascending order of start days. So this is the kind of comparator that you can use to sort the events in this ascending order, and we can see the result of sorting over here first of all. So I will just return a null dummy value. We're just looking at the result of sorting. So let us look at one of these sorted results. It was 243356. So what we have got is sorted first in first priority we are given to the start date, because we want to, because this is what is happening. We are attending to the, we can attend the event that is uh, having its start date less than equal to the current day. So we want to get the event in the loop as soon as possible. Now what we are going to do with its end day, that is going to be interesting. Now if we think greedily, out of all the events in the loop, that is, say we are on some current day and we can attend all the events from index 2 to 6. We have a long list of events, and I'm just mentioning the index. So say there are 11 events, and according to the current day I can attend the events 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what do you think I should do? We should attend the event that has the minimum end day, isn't it? Now although it's already arranged in this order, that if the start day is the same, it is sorted according to the minimum of the two end days. And to maintain the set of the current end days, what should we do? To get this minimum end day out of all the current set of events, we can take help of a min heap. That is, we can store the end days of all the events in the loop. So that is what we are going to do, and I'll just implement this part of the logic. Alright, so I've done a few things from the previous state. First of all, I'm keeping a track of the minimum day and the maximum day, so that I can save on iterating over the entire range from 1 to 10 to the power 5. So that's why I'm just doing it while I am iterating over the events. So the main logic is I've created a min heap that is going to store just the end days of the events in contention. So therefore it is going to store the collection of events which I can attend around my current day, that is on my current day, you can consider. So in order to update the min heap, as I move from current day, from min day to the max day, and I have the events in the events array in the sorted order of their start days. So all the days, all the events which have their start days less than equal to the current day, I'm going to push the end days of those events to the min heap until I also don't run out of the events array. So I'm keeping track of the iterator. So I'm updating my min heap by adding more events to it, as I move to the next date and next day. So once I have that, I also need to clean up the min heap, because it can happen that I moved past the previous day and there are still events which were not completed, which were not attended. So they are still in the min heap. They have not been popped out, and they were not attended because their end day, and they can't be further attended because their end day has, like, their expiry date has crossed, or their end date uh, is less than the current date. Simply because of this, we'll have to clean up the min heap. So that is what we do over here. And if still we have a collection of events, attendable events on the current day, so we can attend any such event, but we are giving priority to the event which has the latest end day. So the smallest end day we are doing, going to attend that event. We're going to pop that entry from the mini and increment the events count by one, and the current day also gets incremented, and this outer loop runs until the maximum day, because after that also we can't attend any more events. So this way I'll finally have the count of the possible attended events, and this I can try to run on my test cases. So as I see it's running accurately, I'll just clear the C out and make the submit. All right. So still it's taking quite some time, but I don't see a lot of variance. Actually, there is a lot of difference in the runtimes. So I'm not sure exactly why. It seems to be very optimized approach, and I've looked at other solutions also that are in a very optimized time range, but they also implement something similar. So I think it's just a matter of making different submissions. But this was the good idea in this question, that we are not looking at the entire collection of events and then sorting it and then moving through that events array. We are not iterating over the events array, but we are going over the days. At every day, we are looking at what all the collection of events we can attend now. We are updating them in heap. What all new events we can attend, we are updating it. Then we are cleaning up them in heap, so that we don't consider attending any such event which actually can't be attended, because we have moved past its end day. So that is what we are doing here. And if we still have any such event that we can attend, we are just attending the most priority event, which is having the latest end day. So this is one of the not so commonly thought of approach, because we generally think of going over the array, over the events array, and we would not have thought of iterating over the days and maintaining a collection of the events that can be attended and then just processing it like this. Overall, the idea is not very complicated, but I like this question. So a good output from today's daily question, and I think I'll keep on sharing any such good question that I come across on LeetCode. And until the next time, goodbye.